B32, VP of Operations at high-end software consultancy in London. Firm specializes in agile transformation and workflow architecture for Fortune 500 S200 staff, mostly elite developers, UX designers, and project managers. Married for 5 years to Julian, a bespoke furniture restorer, total opposite of me. I live for data, efficiency, and optimization. He lives for wood grain, feeling the material, and taking 3 weeks to sand a chair. Generally happy marriage, though I often try to optimize our domestic life. Organize the pantry by expiry date and caloric density. Schedule our weekends in 15-minute blocks to maximize leisure ROI. He tolerates it with a bemused smile. You can't spreadsheet joy, love, he says. Watch me, I reply. Attend a summit in Zurich on hyper-granular productivity tracking. Keynote speaker is a CEO from a Japanese robotics firm, talks about the invisible second theory, that the time between tasks, switching contexts, grabbing coffee, hallway chat, is where 40% of corporate value leaks away. If you cannot measure the micro interaction, you cannot manage the macro output. Lightbulb moment, realize our London office is bleeding value. Developers spend hours in unstructured collaboration. Designers have impromptu brainstorming that isn't logged in Jira. It's chaos masked as creativity. Return to London with a mission. Draft the total cognitive capture (TCC) initiative. Pitch it to the board. We aren't just selling code. We are selling the perfected allocation of human intellect. Every second must be accounted for, categorized, and weighed for value. CEO loves it. This will distinguish us from the chaotic agencies. We will be the surgeons of software. Spend 3 weeks working with the internal tools team to build the TCC dashboard. It's not just a timesheet. It's a mandatory wearable and desktop app. Requires staff to log activity changes in real time. Not just coding or meeting granular tags. Syntax debugging, algorithm optimization, peer-to-peer knowledge transfer, biological maintenance, bathroom/food. If you stop typing for more than 45 seconds, a pop-up asks, are you thinking, blocked, or distracted? You have to select one to resume working. Thinking allows for 2 minutes of inactivity before another prompt, blocked, triggers an alert to the project manager. Distracted lowers your daily efficiency score. Present the rollout plan to the senior leadership team. CTO is skeptical. Engineers need flow state. Interrupting them to ask if they are working kills the work. They aren't interruptions, I argue, they are mindfulness checkpoints. It ensures intentionality in every keystroke. If a developer spends 20 minutes staring at a screen, I need to know if that's high-value architecture planning or daydreaming. Legal clears it as long as we don't track keystrokes for passwords. HR is worried about morale, but I show them the projected 25% increase in billable utilization. They sign off launch day. TCC protocol goes live, send massive email blast explaining the evolution of work. We are pioneering a new era of conscious productivity. Data is the mirror in which we see our true potential. Immediate backlash on Slack channels. Lead architect Marcus sends me a DM. Is this a joke? I have to click a button every time I turn to talk to the guy next to me. Reply, yes. Choose peer-to-peer knowledge transfer. It helps us bill the client for collaboration time. Marcus, it takes longer to log the chat than to have the chat. Me, that suggests the chat wasn't high value enough to justify the overhead. System working as intended. First week is rough. Efficiency scores are all over the place. Junior devs are terrified, logging 90% active coding even when they're confused. Senior devs are malicious compliance. One logs 4 hours of biological maintenance, citing bad sushi. Just to mess with the data averages, I send out a memo. Accuracy is integrity. Do not manipulate the TCC logs. Come home late, exhausted but exhilarated. Laptop open on the kitchen island, analyzing the day 3 heat maps. Julian is cooking risotto. Stirring slowly, sips wine, stirs again. How was the revolution? He asks. Incredible resistance. I say, they're addicted to inefficiency. They treat wasted time like a human right. Watch him cooking. You've been stirring that for 20 minutes. The recipe says 18. It needs what it needs. He says, If you increase the heat by 15% and used a wider pan, you could reduce prep time by 8 minutes. He stops stirring, looks at me, but I enjoy the stirring. And the rice tastes better when it's coaxed, not forced. Taste is subjective. Time is objective. You're wasting the evening. He puts the spoon down. You're bringing the dashboard home, aren't you? I'm just saying, optimization is a mindset. You can't turn it off. 1 month into TCC, the data is beautiful. I can see exactly where the company loses money. The coffee station is a black hole of productivity. I recommend replacing the espresso machine with a high-speed dispenser to cut loitering time by 60%. Implement Silent Tuesdays, where verbal communication is banned to prevent context switching. All communication must be via Slack, which is automatically logged by TCC productivity metrics on the dashboard are green. Report to CEO, billable utilization up 18%. Thinking time, reduced by 30%. CEO is ecstatic. We are a machine, he says. Ignore the fact that the office is dead silent. People look like zombies, Marcus, the lead architect, resigns. I'm a human being, not a processor thread, he writes in his exit interview. Dismiss it as attrition of the uncommitted. Replacing him will allow us to hire someone more data native. Post about our success on LinkedIn, how granular data saved our bottom line. Why trust is just a word for unmeasured variance. Viral post. HR managers from around the world comment, visionary, finally someone said it. A few devs comment, this sounds like hell. Delete the negative comments, it's just noise. Julian sees the post, he's quiet at dinner. You really believe this, don't you, that everything is better if you measure it? It's not a belief, Julian, it's math. Entropy is the enemy, and you think this applies to everything. Even us? Why wouldn't it? Relationships are systems. Systems can be optimized. He nods slowly. Okay. I want to understand. Teach me. Teach you what? How to be optimized. I feel like I'm holding you back with my analog ways. Feel a surge of pride. Finally, he gets it. I'll set up a spreadsheet for us. We can start small. No, he says, eyes intense. If we do it fully. Like your TCC, total cognitive capture. I want to be worthy of your efficiency. Next morning, wake up to a clipboard on my nightstand. Julian is standing there with a stopwatch and a tablet. Good morning. Sleep duration, 7 hours, 12 minutes. REM cycles, estimated 4. Efficiency, moderate. What is this? Data capture. I downloaded a tracking app. I've created custom tags. He taps the screen, activity awakening, latency. 45 seconds between alarm and eyes open. Tagged as startup lag. Laugh. Okay, very funny. You're making a point. He doesn't smile. I'm not. I'm optimizing. Breakfast is prepped, computed for optimal nutrient macros. Go to kitchen. 3 boiled eggs, exactly 150 g of spinach. Black coffee, where's the toast? The jam? Carbohydrates induce a mid-morning sugar crash. That's a productivity leak. We have eliminated the variable. Eat the eggs. He stands by the counter, tapping the tablet every time I take a bite. What are you logging? Mastication intervals. You chew faster when you're checking email. Interesting correlation. Julian, stop it. Stop what? Measuring? But you said if you can't measure it, it doesn't exist. This is my house, not the office. Inefficiency doesn't know boundaries, darling. We are closing the loop. Go to work weirdly rattled. Check the TCC dashboard. Numbers are still up, but output quality is flagging. QA department is reporting a 40% spike in bugs. Call meeting with dev leads. Why are bugs up if utilization is at 98%? New lead architect, a yes man named Gary, speaks up. Well, people are afraid to select the thinking tag because it looks like inactivity, so they just type random code to keep the active status green. They're writing garbage code just to satisfy the algorithm. Then tell them to stop. The algorithm wants good code. The algorithm measures keystrokes and active windows, not code quality. They are optimizing for the metric you gave them. Feel a headache coming on. Adjust the weights. Make debugging worth double points. Then they'll just write bugs on purpose so they can fix them and get the double points. Gary says stare at him. That's insane. They wouldn't sabotage the product. They aren't sabotaging the product. They are maximizing their efficiency score. You gamified the job, and they are winning the game. Get home, Julian greets me at the door. Arrival time, 1943. Deviation from schedule, plus 13 minutes. I had a crisis at work. Tagging as external friction. Please remove shoes immediately to reduce floor maintenance intervals. Walk into the living room. All the throw pillows are gone. The rug is rolled up. Where is our stuff? Removed. Clutter increases visual processing load. I've streamlined the environment for maximum relaxation output. It looks like a prison cell. It looks like efficiency. Sit down. We have a scheduled intimacy block from 2002 to 2030. I don't want to schedule intimacy. You schedule your weekends. You schedule your fun. Why is this different? He sits next to me, picks up the tablet. Current mood? Rate on scale of 1 to 10 inches, 0. I'm tired. Noted. Low energy availability. Suggesting passive entertainment. High-yield Netflix consumption. He turns on the TV. I've calculated that skipping the intro and credits saves us 4 minutes per episode. Over a year, that's 24 hours of reclaimed life. He fast-forwards, Julian, please, I just want to talk to my husband. Conversation initiated. Topic, you being an asshole. Topic, interpersonal conflict. Value add, low. Suggest tabling until quarterly relationship review. I'm serious, stop the bit. It's not a bit. He stands up, voice calm but scary. I spent 5 years listening to you talk about dead time and low-value interactions. I watched you treat our life like a logistics problem. So I'm showing you. This is what you sound like. This is what you value. Do you like it? Do you feel optimized? It's different. Work is about profit. Home is about love. Is it? Because last week you told me my story about the antique chair was inefficient storytelling because I took too long to get to the point. Silence. I did say that I'm logging the silence as cognitive dissonance. He says walks out of the room. Next 2 weeks are a nightmare at work. The TCC system is collapsing. Employees have figured out how to automate their mouse movements to simulate work. The office is silent, hostile, and producing nothing of value. Our biggest client, a fintech giant, calls for an emergency review. Your latest build is unusable. It's bloated, fragile, and the documentation is gibberish. But our efficiency metrics show, I don't care about your internal metrics. I care that the app crashes when I open it. They threaten to pull the contract. CEO calls me in, fix this. The data said we were perfect. The data was narrow, I admit. We measured motion, not progress. At home, Julian has escalated. He has charts on the fridge. Wife complaint, frequency versus versa. Dinner quality, Roy, I'm listening to her work stories. Trend negative. He refuses to kiss me unless I sign a verbal consent form acknowledging the start of a physical affection transaction. It's cold. It's sterile. It's exactly what I built at the office Saturday morning. I find him in the garage. He's working on a cabinet. No tablet. No stopwatch. Just sanding. Back and forth, the sound is rhythmic, slow. He looks peaceful. I stand there for 10 minutes. He knows I'm there, but doesn't log my overtime. I hate it, I say. He doesn't look up. Hate what? The cabinet? It's 19th century oak. I hate the logs. I hate the tags. I hate the efficiency. He stops sanding, blows the dust away. Why? We're operating at peak performance. No wasted seconds. But there's no life in it. It's just mechanics. And what is your office? Just mechanics. It was supposed to be perfect. Wood isn't perfect, he says, running his hand over the grain. It has knots. It warps. It breathes. If you try to force it into a perfect geometric grid, it snaps. People are wood, darling. Not plastic. Start crying. Not an efficient cry. Ugly, messy, snotty crying. He puts down the sandpaper, walks over, hugs me. Are you logging this? I sob. No data capture, he whispers, just unmeasured, inefficient, high latency comfort. We stand there for 20 minutes. It's the most productive 20 minutes of my month. Monday morning, walk into the office. Call it Disabello. Right now, but the CEO. I'll handle the CEO. Kill the dashboard. Delete the tags. Send an email to all staff. Subject, system reset, body. We are reverting to the old method. It's called working. If you need to talk to someone, talk to them. If you need to think, stare at the wall. Just build good software. Coffee machine is being reinstalled tomorrow. You can physically feel the tension snap in the room. Sound returns to the office keyboards clacking. People laughing, arguments about code. CEO is furious. You're blinding us. We're flying without instruments. We were flying into a mountain staring at the altimeter. I tell him, trust the pilots, not the sensors. Show him the client satisfaction email from the quick fix patch the team rallied to build in 4 hours of unlogged chaos. Client is happy, CEO grumbles but accepts the win. 3 months later, office culture is healing. We still have deadlines, but no thinking timers. Productivity is actually up because people aren't spending 20% of their day managing the tracking tool at home. Julian and I are cooking. It's chaotic flour on the counter, music playing. I'm chopping carrots slowly. You could use the food processor, he says, teasing. I could, I smile, but I like the feeling of the knife. Inefficient, he grins. Kiss him, terribly. I say, let's waste the whole evening. High value proposition. He agrees. Epilogue still work in ops, but changed my title to Head of Enablement. We focus on removing blockers, not measuring seconds. Sometimes I see a new hire scrolling their phone in the break room. Old instinct flares up. That's billable time leaking away. Take a breath, remind myself of the Julian charts, remind myself of the intimacy ROI spreadsheet. Walk past the new hire. Hey, I say, take your time. Brain needs a reboot sometimes. They smile, look relieved, and go back to work 10 minutes later with fresh energy. Realize that efficiency isn't about speed, it's about sustainability. And you can't sustain a machine that hates its own gears. Still have the wife efficiency report Julian made. Framed it, put it in my home office, a reminder that love, creativity, and good code are all untrackable variables. And that's fine.